people that just look at stats would look at Matthew Tkachuk's numbers and say only 26 goals, only 88 points. He went down in this, down in this, down in this. We all see the player that he is. Where has his game matured in these 2 years here with you? Where do you I guess why should people have for people that just look at numbers, why should they have a greater appreciation than just what the stat sheet says about Matthew Tkachuk?
You just have to look at some different numbers, and that's 92 points to 110 year over. We're a much better hockey team this year than we were last year. When we had three critical pieces out of our lineup in the early part of the year, his numbers weren't great, but his defensive numbers were really good. He's a leader in there, so the culture and the shape of our team, he has a major impact on that. The biggest growth, by far, probably worth looking at the numbers, and in order to do it, you would have to sub out a number of aberrations, is his discipline in his game. He's just not in the penalty box anymore, and I would say straight through November and into January last year he was. I mean, he was a Tasmanian devil out there. Spent a lot of time in the dog pound. I think he is just not. Now, he went, I believe, and you guys will check this, but last year from around mid-January to the end, I think he had 6 minors. And then his brother rolled into town, or we rolled into Ottawa, and he had 17 minutes. So the numbers at the end, you go, wow, he still has 100 minutes, whatever. But when you look at it, there's only 4 or 5 inflection points over the course of the year where there's a blip on the radar. But that would also be in a game. We play a fairly physical game of hockey, that when we play another team that's wound up for that game, that's when the referees start tossing everybody out on 10s. So we got a whole bunch of guys with 10s, and that usually isn't us. But nobody's going to believe me. But if you go back and look at them, those weren't fires we started. We got some physical hits on teams. Their 3 or 4 opponents before us maybe weren't particularly physical teams, so they're offended or they're just wired, and we get a bunch of refs start throwing everybody. When you take a sub out the 10s, Matthew Tkachuk has been an exceptionally disciplined hockey